Okay, in the last class I'm discussing about for loop, while loop, do while loop. Okay, but in today's class I will discuss what I will discuss one point, that is about class and object. Okay, so first of all I will show you how to define a class or how to create a class in a Java program. Okay, because class is the one of the most elementary building block in Java, and in every program you need a class to do your coding. Okay, whatever you will do you should do inside a class. I already told you these things, and now today I will show you some extra concept and extra features regarding class. Okay, so let's start. I'm starting presenting my screen so that you can view. Okay, I hope I hope that my screen is visible to you. You cannot see actually because you are not present, but you can later you can check my video on YouTube. I will give you the link. Okay, now uh, okay, so let's start. Now this Sublime Text. This is a software. Okay, Sublime Text is a software, is an application program, and it is a basically text editor like Notepad, but it is something different from Notepad because Sublime Text Editor is kind of intelligent text editor, is a kind of intelligent text editor. Why? Because you have some you will get some features in this particular text editor by which you can write your Java program very quickly. So I will show you how to write that and how to execute that. So I will go to the file first and then from new file. So this is file, this is my file, and this is named as untitled. Now after opening a new file, what I will do is that here at the bottom right corner you can find that there is written plain text. So I have to click on that plain text. I have to click on that plain text, and then what I will do is that I will go to Java. Look here, Java is there, and I will choose Java. Okay, I will choose Java, and then it will become at the bottom right. You can easily see that it is right now it is written as Java. So what will happen is that whenever I am trying to write some code of Java, it will automatically try to detect that. Okay, and it will help me to writing my code. For that reason I am using Sublime Text. I can use Eclipse IDE, I can use online compiler also. Whatever you can do it. For you, you have to do it in online compiler because you do not have computer. So let's start. Now first of all I will discuss about the general form of a class. Okay, now a class is created by using the keyword class. Okay, so the keyword class. Okay, then after that what you have to do, you have to specify the class name. Suppose I am going to create a class called vehicle. I am going to create a class called vehicle, so I am specifying the name of the class, that the class name is vehicle. How I am specifying? I am writing the class keyword and then giving a small space, giving one space, and then I am writing the class name vehicle. Okay, and you should remember that class name always start from capital letter, always starts from caps. Okay, so look here, I have written cap V in capital. Okay, so and rest of the remaining things can be in small caps, but the first letter should be in capital letter. Okay, so then I have to open the curly braces, and also when I will open it, it will automatically close, it will automatically uh, give you the closing brace also, because in Java whatever you will write, you should write inside the class definition, and these curly braces actually defines the class, actually defines the class body. Whatever you will try to write, you will write inside this class body. So for that reason I am writing this. Okay, now after doing this, here what you will find, here generally in a class, for example in case of C++ or in case of Java, generally in a class we can have different member of a class, different member of a class. Okay, so members. Now members can be a variable or members can be a method. Okay, members can be a variable, members can be a method. Now what is variable? Now variable is a named memory location or a name to the memory location. Okay, or you can say a variable is a container. A variable is a container which can contain something. Okay, which can contain some data. Suppose int x is equals to 2. That means x is a variable which containing 2. Now what is method? A method is a function. Method is a function. So by that particular function I can do some task. Okay, why we are going to create function, why we are going to create function is that because we have to define such functionality of the class, what we can do by this class. So for that reason we need some function which can perform certain functionality, which can perform certain functionality. So for that reason they are known as member of a class, they are known as member of a class. Suppose right now what I am trying to declare is that I am trying to declare three member variable. Okay, three member variable, or you can say three member data, three member data. Int passenger, int passengers. Okay, so passenger is a attribute, or you can say it is a property. Whenever you will see a vehicle, you can see there are some passengers, either one, either two, either three, either four, or more than 10. Like in case of bus is also a vehicle. So for that reason in case of bus you will find more than 10 people, more than 20 people. Okay, so but in case of car, that is also a vehicle, but in that car, in case of car you will not fit for more than 5% in a car. Okay, so for that reason it will vary, it will vary. All are belong to vehicle. Car, that means your four wheeler, your bus, your scooty, all are belong to vehicle. But the thing is that the difference is that all have different attributes. Different attributes means different attribute values. Actually different attribute values, attributes are same. Passenger, scooty can also carry passenger, car can also carry passenger, bus can also carry passenger, but the number of passenger, it will differ from vehicle to vehicle, from different vehicle to vehicle. And those vehicle are known as object. Like for example minibus, it is an object. For example scooty, it is an object. For example swift desire or lamborghini, it is an object, but they are all belongs to class vehicle. Okay, now int passenger is one of the member data, and then you will have int fuel capacity. Fuel capacity, that is another attribute. Every vehicle has a fuel capacity. Every vehicle has its own fuel capacity. Okay, so every vehicle has its own fuel capacity. So due to that reason what will happen is that you are adding some data to this particular class. Okay, okay, by which you can define this particular class. Okay, these data actually represents vehicle. Whenever we are talking about vehicle, we definitely talk about these things also, like passenger, how many passenger it can carry, how what is its fuel capacity, or you can say what is it what I can say that miles per gallon. Okay, that is mpg, miles per gallon. That means how much it actually invest per miles, how much oil it invest actually. Okay, you can say mile per gallon, or that is actually mileage actually. So mile per gallon. So these three are what we can say is that these three are member data. These three are member data or member variable. Okay, now after declaring member variable, what we can do is that we can add a method to this particular class. We can add a method to this particular class. Okay, so how to add a method? I have already told you there are four different kind of methods are there in the very previous classes. I have already told you different types of method. So I will show you one particular method. Okay, so look here. So here I am writing a method that is known as void set data. Why it is void? Why it is void? Because it will return nothing. Okay, I have told you that whenever we will define a method, that method can that method may or may not return a value. That method may or may not return a value. Okay. Now, so here I'm by writing void, it means that this method is going to return anything. Now this method is going to return nothing, actually, not anything, nothing. Okay. So for that reason I'm writing void there. Okay, I'm writing void there, and the method name is set data. The method name is set data. Okay, now uh, after writing the method name, we have to provide the parenthesis. Why you have to provide the parenthesis? Because for argument, for parameter list, we have already told you that in case of method, there the syntax of method I have told you. Look here, this is the syntax of method. Okay, look, check here. Now this is the return type, ret underscore type. I'm again writing the structure of method, then method name, then within parenthesis parameter list, or you can say argument list. Okay, and then within second bracket you have to write the method body. You have to write the method body or the statements that will be present inside that method. So method body. So this is what you can say is that this is a method structure. Okay, and we are writing our code in the same structure, in the same manner. Okay, here we are not providing any parameters, so that's why we are keeping that blank. Okay, we are not providing any parameters to that method, so for that reason we are keeping it blank, and then we will open the second bracket as I told you. Okay, and what I will do is that I will assign some values in these three variables. Okay, in these three variables which are called member data. Now I will assign passengers equals to 12. Package passenger equals to 12. Then fuel capacity is equals to 30, and then miles per gallon is suppose 5 8 kilometer. Okay, 8 miles per gallon, 8 miles per gallon. Okay, so these are the three values I am assigning these three variables. Okay, so how we can use this method? Okay, so to use that method we definitely have main function first of all. So I have to write main function, otherwise I cannot execute my program also. So for that reason I have to write method main. So look here, it is helping me. I didn't write the whole thing, I just write main. Okay, I just write main and hit enter, then it will automatically help me out to write the code. So for that reason I use Sublime Text Editor. For that reason I didn't use Notepad. Okay, Notepad will not help me, but Sublime Text will help me to writing my code. Okay, now what will happen is that in this particular main method, I have told you that main method is the starting point of execution. So what I will do is that here I have to create an object of this particular class. Now before creating an object, you have to know that what are the different things are present in case of that statement, object creation statement. Here I'm writing an object, here I'm creating an object. Okay, so vehicle, then I'm giving the name of the object is minibus. Suppose I am giving the name of the object is minibus. Okay, and then I am giving equals to sign. Okay, and then I'm writing new, and then I'm writing vehicle. Here we have to discuss some things. Okay, so first of all, I am creating a one object of class vehicle. Okay, of class vehicle, and the name of the object is minibus. Now what is new? New, you can say new, what you can say is that new is an operator, is an operator is an operator by which by which by which you can create object dynamically. Dynamically means runtime. Dynamically runtime means means wait means runtime. Okay, means runtime. Means runtime. Runtime means execution time. Runtime means execution time. That is, can even say execution time. Whenever you will execute your program, at that time object will be created. After calling of the main function, the object will be created in the memory. Okay, in the memory it will be created. Okay, now new is the operator through which you can create object. Okay, in Java. In Java, to create an object, you definitely write new. You have to write new. Okay, and you have to maintain this particular format. Okay, look here, what I am writing like this. Vehicle, what is vehicle? Vehicle is the class name. So you have to write, to create an object, to create an object, you have to write, you have to write in the following way, what I am writing. So first you have to write class name, class underscore name, and then you have to write minibus, that is class variable, or you can what you can say is that it is an object name. So class variable. Okay, and then you have to give a assignment operator, equals to sign, and then you have to write new keyword. Obviously you have to write new keyword, and after that, what is this? Here also you can find that here I am writing vehicle. Now what is this thing? This total vehicle, what you will call it? Okay, let me write it here. Okay, now this total thing is known as is known as is known as constructor, is known as constructor. Okay, is known as constructor. इसको हम लोग constructor बोलते हैं, इसको हम लोग constructor बोलते हैं. constructor वो मतलब क्या? constructor मतलब है this particular thing will initializes an object during its creation. constructor क्या करता है? constructor okay, constructor initializes object during its creation. Okay, during its creation. Now look, one thing, that you will find that the name of the constructor is same as the class name. This is the rule. Okay, the name of the constructor should be same as the class name. And due to that, vehicle, here I am writing vehicles. Okay, so for that reason. Now constructor, what is constructor? First of all, I told you that constructor initializes an object during its creation. Now what is constructor? The constructor is also a method. Okay, constructor is also a type of method. Okay, we are not defining that method in our class. You cannot find we are defining this method. But Java is going to provide automatically for us that particular constructor of this particular class. Java automatically provides a constructor for every class. Okay, automatically. We do not need to write, but we have to write whenever we need some changes. I will show you. Wait for some time. I will show you. So what I am trying to say is that constructor initializes an object. Okay, that's true. कब करता है? During its creation, during the object creation. Okay. Now what happened is that what I am trying to say is that whenever you will take this particular help of constructor, this constructor is a type of method. Okay, like void set data, like void main. Okay, void main is a method. Okay, void set data is a method. Okay, similarly vehicle, that constructor part, this constructor part is also a method. Okay, I am not defining right now. I will define in very just a minute, just a couple of minutes, then I will write that particular method also. Okay, and I will show you that this constructor doesn't return anything, though it is treated as a method. Though this is treated as a method, it will does not return anything. And in case of constructor, we will not also write void. Okay, here I told you that in case of this method set data, here set data method is returning nothing, and due to returning nothing, due to that reason, I am writing void here. But in case of constructor, we don't even also write void, but that void only, that void also we do not write. That void part will also not present there. Actually, what I am trying to say is that the void part will also not present there. Okay, so let me write the constructor. Okay, Java will automatically provide the constructor if we will not write, and that constructor will be known as the default constructor. Default constructor, Java will provide a default constructor for every class. So for that reason, we can easily create an object whether we are writing constructor in our class or not. We can execute our program. Okay, so I have discussed. So how I am writing this particular thing. So here class constructor. Okay, here I am writing class constructor name constructor. That means the name will be the class name will be there, and you have to provide the parenthesis because constructor is a method, and the method of can have some parameter. So that reason you have to provide this parenthesis. Okay, and then semicolon. So this is the way to write a or this is the way to create a object, create an object in your Java program inside main function. So let me go to my code first, and here what I will do is that here after creating the object, what I've done, I've created an object, and now what I'm trying to say is that I am going to use this method set data. Okay, look how I am using. I'm writing minibus, okay, and then writing dot, okay, dot, dot, dot. Uh, then I'm calling that method set data. Okay, now what is the role of dot? What is the role of dot? You have to understand that. What is the role of dot? Now dot, you can say is that here the dot operator, here the dot operator, you can say is that the dot operator, okay, here the dot operator, you can say in this way, uh, the dot operator links the name of an object. Okay, the dot operator links the name of an object with the name of a member. You can say in this way. Okay, that means if you want to link the member of the class with object name, then you have to use this dot operator. Look here, minibus is the name of the object, and set data is a member method. That means a member method, member data. What is the common between them? They are member actually. Of whom? Of the class vehicle. Now if I want to link, the object name minibus with the member of the class, then I have to use the dot operator. And then what will happen is that the minibus object, that we have created right now, okay, it has three properties. One is passenger, one is miles per gallon, one is called total fuel capacity. So those three variables, what will happen is that those three variables will be assigned with the value 12, 30 and 8 respectively, as I am calling this method. Because inside this method what I have done is that you can easily see that passenger equals to 12, fuel capacity equals 30, and then mpg equals to 8. So what I am trying to say is that I have created a minibus. Now I want to set the property of minibus object by calling this method set data. and set data function, what it will do, it will assign 1238 for passenger, fuel capacity and MPG respectively for which object, for which object, for minibus object, for minibus object. So for that reason you have to take care of this particular thing. Okay, so I will show you, just a moment, I have to check that my internet is working or not. I think my internet is not working. Let me check first. Let me check. Yes, my internet is not working, and that's why. Let me turn on my Wi-Fi. Yes, now I can rejoin. Wait some couple of minutes. Again. Actually, you are not here, but then also, as I'm taking the class in Google uh, Meet, so it is better to. Okay, so I'm presenting my screen. Hmm. Okay, so uh, now I will execute this program. Okay, I have written this program. I am coming to the constructor part. I will show you how to write the constructor in your class. Okay, and what are the different uses. Okay, so check one thing. Hmm. Try to check one thing. Okay, just first save it, this program. You have to save this program. Where I can save in my Java folder. In my Java folder, here I am saving my file vehicle. Okay, vehicle. Okay, so after saving, what I will do is that I will open command prompt. I will open command prompt. I will open command prompt, and after opening command prompt, I have to navigate to my C drive. So how I can go to my C drive? Here right now I am under C drive. I am already under C drive, but I am not directly under C drive. I am under C, then user, then Windows. That means in C drive there is a folder called users, and inside that users folder there is a folder called Samrat, and inside that folder right now we are actually present. So we have to go to the previous directory, that is we have to apply this command cd dot dot, then right now we are under users directory, then we have to again apply cd dot dot so that we can go to C drive. And after going to C drive, after reaching to C drive, what I have to do is that I have to change my directory to my Java. So what I will write is that cd, then give a space, and then capital M, because my folder name starts with capital M. And right now I will not write the entire name because it will take some time. There is a shortcut. Through that you can automatically fill your folder name. That is the tab key. From your keyboard, if you press tab key, then again press tab key, then again press tab key, then again, then again, then again. Look, it is showing my Java. Okay, I am continuously pressing the tab key for several number of times until I have reached my folder name, and then I have giving enter. Okay, from keyboard. After that, right now we are in under my Java folder. We are in under my Java folder. So here what you have to do is that first you have to compile your Java program, Java C, and then give a space, and then mention your program name. Program name is vehicle dot java. So here I have compiled my program, and right now I am going to run or execute my program. So I am writing Java, and then only I will write the class name in which the main function is there. Which main function? The public static void main function is there. I will write only the class name, and then I will hit enter. Okay. I think that I have didn't write anything for that reason. Yes. Uh, I have to create another function. Okay, let me create that function, and let me call that function is display data. Okay, I have let me call that function is display data. Okay, and it will also not taking any parameter. That's why I am keeping the first parenthesis as blank. Okay, but in the curly braces, inside the curly braces I have to write some statements. What I'm trying to write is that I am trying to write a system.out.println statement, and for that reason I'm writing PL. If you write PL and hit enter, it will automatically write system.out.println for you. This is the advantage. This is the advantage of the Sublime Text Editor that you will not get in Notepad, or you will get in online compiler, but you will not get in Notepad. Notepad will not help you in case of nothing. You have to write it on your own. Okay, but in case of online compiler they will help you. In case of IDE like Eclipse they will help you. In case of no Sublime Text Editor it will help you. Okay, so in so many times there are so many ways to write Java programs. Okay, you can choose any one of them. But I will suggest that if you will write in IDE, then IDE will give you lots of help than this text editors also. Okay, IDE also will point out if you are doing any mistakes or not. If you are doing any mistakes, then it will point you out that particular thing. So for that reason you can easily rectify your error, and then you can carry on your programming. So for that reason I will recommend that to do that in IDE. But uh, as you do not have any computer in your home, so it will be better for you to do that in uh, online text editor or online compiler. So what I will do is that here in this particular system.out.println statement, I will write the passengers are the number of passengers. The number of passenger is the number of passenger is number of passengers is. Then it will print something. What it will print? It will print passengers. It will print passengers. Now I will make a copy of this statement because I need another two statement after this. Control V, and then again I am Control V. That means I'm pasting those two statements. Okay, so after that here passengers, you can remove the passengers, and here you can write fuel capacity. You can write fuel cap, and here you can write MPG. What you can write? You can write MPG. You can write MPG, and here you can write the fuel capacity. The fuel capacity is okay, is already I have written already. Here you can write miles per gallon, uh, the miles per gallon, or you can say like that the range is okay. The range मतलब कितना दूर जा सकता है वो. फ्यूल कैपेसिटी अगर इतना होता है और माइल पर गैलन इतना होता है तो कहाँ तक जा सकता है वो. द रेंज इज you can write also in this way also, mpg into fuel cap. ओके, fuel cap. सो दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया तब मेरे को रेंज निकल निकल आएगा. ठीक है, तो अगर अगर पर गैलन वो 8 नहीं जाता है तो 30 गैलन में कितना जाएगा, that is the range. Okay, how मतलब how much it can how long it can travel, actually how long it can travel or it can go with that fuel capacity 30. Okay, so that's I want to find out. For that reason the range is mpg into fuel caps. What I will do is that I will keep I will put in a bracket, inside a bracket. Okay, let me, okay, first I have to open this bracket, then I can, I hope that I can. Mhm. Let me come to this point. Yes, yes. What I is doing is that, yes, right now it is okay. Right now it is okay. Now make, now save it. Now save it, and after saving it, please call that particular function with that object. So I want to link that function with that object name, and I want to find the data that was assigned or not. Okay, so minibus dot set data, set data, sorry, display data, display data, display data, and then you have to give a second parenthesis and then give a semicolon. Okay, so this is the thing you have to do actually. Okay, this is the thing you have to do. After that, what you have done here, you have called those two methods, or you have linked those two methods with the object name, minibus. So save it and go to the command prompt, and please compile again, because you have make changes. Whenever you are making some changes, you have to recompile your code. Whenever you are making changes, you have to recompile your code. For that reason I am recompiling my code, javac vehicle.java, and after compiling, and I will again execute my code, like by writing like this java, then give a space, and then I'm writing the class name in which the publicity void main function is there. So look, it is showing you that the number of passenger is the fuel capacity is 30, and the range is 240, because I have told you that the miles per gallon is 8. I have written there miles per gallon is 8. That means 8 in 30, 240, that means 240. Okay, so the range is 240 miles. 240 miles it can travel. 240 miles it can travel. So this is the uses of method in class, and this is the uses of function in method or function in class, and also the uses of member data, that is the member variable or instance variable, class instance variable in your class. Those are known as class instance variables also. So this is the importance. Okay, right now I will show you what is the importance of constructor. What I told you, that constructor is uh, is is like a method, just like a method, but constructor name should be same as the class name. Okay, because constructor initializes the object. Now object is a class type variable, so for that reason actually the constructor name should be same as the class name. Okay, right now just you have to understand like this. Okay, for your simplicity I'm just saying, I'm not going to any deep, I'm just saying in a simple manner, I'm trying to say in a simple manner. Just understand that constructor initializes an object. Initializes means it will initializes objects parameter or object properties during its creation. How? I will show you. So first of all, I will define a constructor in my class. Okay, the class is called vehicle. So here I am declaring a constructor in my class. I am declaring constructor in my class. Look, okay, look, I am declaring constructor in my class, and look, here I didn't provide any return type, even also void. I will not provide void also. Okay, because this is not in the rule. Okay, constructor is like a method. It will access, it can access some parameter or it can access some argument, but also I will not provide any return type, because constructor doesn't have explicitly any return type. So that's why I will not write that. Okay, so vehicle, and then after writing the constructor, this is the definition, this is the body of constructor, and inside this body of constructor you can write is that, what you can write is that, or you can write, yes, you can set the variables that you have that you are setting inside this method. Now look, what will happen is that 12, then okay, let me change it a little bit. 8. Okay, fuel cap is equals to, suppose I'm writing, mm, 20. Okay, and then mpg is equals to, you can say that 8. Okay, you can say 8, not 8, you can say 6. Okay, 6, 6. So after writing this constructor, what will happen is that whenever you will trying to create an object, suppose I am creating an object here of vehicle class, vehicle vehicle the name of the object will be Innova, for example. Toyota Innova. Okay, and that is equals to new vehicle. Okay, now Innova dot, what I can do is that I can display data. I do not need to set the data. Why? Because at the time of object creation I am initializing those three variables for object. What what I am doing in the set data till now, I will do I will do that with the help of constructor. So for that reason, I'm not writing innova.set data. I'm just writing display data. And give a semicolon and save it. Control S, save it, and then go to the command prompt and look what happens. So let me clear this screen. CLS is a command to clear the screen. So I have cleared my screen, and now what I will do is that I will write Java C. And then I will compile that program. Okay, let me compile it. Okay, now what it is saying is that method display data variable one error Innova. uh, let me check Innova dot vehicle. Innova dot, what it is saying is that, let me check. Oh, sorry. I have written here display data, so for that reason this is a typing mistake. Sorry, here you have to change the function name. I have written display data, not display data, so that's why it is giving me an error. So let me save it, and let me go to the my command prompt, and here what I will do is that I will again recompile my program, and it will give me no error. Okay, so it is giving me no error. That means that my code is all perfect. Okay, so right now I will execute my code. So vehicle, Java vehicle, and hit enter. Look, for the Innova, it is also showing the passenger is 8, capacity is 20, and range is 120. How it is showing? That thing? It is showing because of this constructor. Whenever I will define constructor in my class, Java is going to use that constructor during creation of object. And as a result, when you have created these two objects, minibus and Innova, at that time Java uses that constructor, and Java uses the same functionality, that is the same number of passengers, same number of fuel capacity, same number of miles per gallon for both of the objects. But in the letter, what I have done is that I have called minibus.setData. That means in setData function, what we are doing is that we are also assigning some values to that particular variables. That means the value which are assigned during object creation of minibus, that is 8, 20 and 6. will be replaced by these new values for minibus object, not for Innova object. For minibus object it will be replaced. For minibus object it will be replaced, but not for Innova object. What will happen for Innova object? In case of Innova object, look, I have created object Innova, and then after that I am calling the method displayData, and by that method I can easily show you the range and miles per gallon, that sorry, fuel capacity, and also uh, number of passengers. Now, what is the difference between them? The difference is that you have called the method set data for minibus object. If you will remove this method, if you will comment out this method and then control save and control S for save, and then go to the command prompt, what will happen is that if you will recompile your code, and after recompiling it, if you execute your code, you will find the same value. Look, right now you are getting the same value. Okay, that means for minibus it is the range is 120, and for Innova it is also showing 120. For minibus the passenger, and for for Innova the number of passengers is same. That means that means is that whenever you have created your object, both object, that's minibus and Innova, for both of the object the same constructor is actually initializes both of them. The same constructor initializes both of them. And whenever you will define constructor in your class, at that time what will happen is that Java is not going to provide its default constructor, because until you are not providing constructor on your own, then only Java will provide you constructor support, okay, automatically. But if you will define constructor by your own, if you will define constructor by your own inside a class, then Java is going to use your constructor. What you have defined, Java will use that. If you will not define, then Java will provide the default constructor, okay, for creation of object. But if you will define, Java is going to definitely took that particular object, that particular constructor, and use that for creation of object, okay, for creation of object, and for initializes an object, okay. So actually new operator creates an object and constructor initializes an object, okay. New operator creates an object and constructor initializes an object. This is the main actually meaning, okay. So by new we can create object, okay, by new operator we can create object, but by what you can say is that by the constructor what you can do is that you can only initializes an object during its creation time, okay. So I hope that you are getting this particular point, and you can understand these particular things, because you have to understand, because you have to use them, okay. So this is a constructor which I have shown you. So I think that it will be okay for you, and you can easily go through this particular code. I will also provide you this code in a classroom, and I also upload the lecture on YouTube, our channel, in our college channel. So from there you can easily see my class, and then give me your valuable feedback regarding this class. So but you are not present in today's class. For that reason, what you have to do is that you have to go through this particular video to understand the details concept of class and the method and the member data and the constructor. And from next day that means tomorrow I will discuss about more things about constructor, okay, more thing about constructor. That means constructor with some parameters. I will discuss parameterized constructor, that is known as parameterized constructor, okay. uh, I will discuss about garbage collection on Java. So these things I will discuss on tomorrow. So right now I am ending my recording for today's class. I hope that you have understood, okay. So let me stop my recording.